It's the first page. It's the second page. It's the third page. Alright, my name is Carlin Smith. I'm going to present to you my Communication 101 speech. My topic is how what's right and wrong changes from generation to generation. You can affect different changes, but you can't stop change from happening. So, regardless of what the generation is you grow up in, it's important for us all to teach one another the outcome and the consequences of the different decisions we make. Say for what's right or wrong. So I'm gonna break my speech down in three different examples. That's gonna basically give you the strategy or teach you how life changes from generation to generation. I'm gonna tell you about how I'm gonna give you the example of tattoos and how tattoos was affected from generation to generation. I'm gonna give you religion and how religion was affected from generation to generation. Excuse me. And last, I'm gonna tell you about how race was affected from generation to generation. So I'll start with tattoos. When I was growing up, tattoos was a bad look. You got tattoos. That was a way that police recognize you in gang files. People would say that tattoos were like gang symbols. It was just not the thing to do. And as you can see, I got all my tattoos on my upper arm. People tell you that you shouldn't get tattoos where they be visible, your face, and that. You go to different interviews, school, work, whatever it may be. People don't judge you by your tattoos. A lot of people ask you questions. They want to know what the tattoo means. Like I said, a lot of people say it was used as gang symbols or a negative thing. But today, it's okay. They say tattoos is a way to express yourself. So you might get a tattoo of your mom's name or whatever is important to you, and that tells a story. My tattoos don't tell no story. A lot of them is cover-ups from a lot of the stuff I told you about not being positive and being negative. And that's my first example. Next, I'm gonna tell you about religion. Religion was in sports. Back in the day, religion was in school, and it was all made to be okay. You can do that. You had NFL stars. You score a touchdown, they, doing the cross, they praying. People shoot 3-pointers, they praying. You go to school, a lot of people would meet in quiet areas, they was praying, and it was okay. It was a positive thing. It was a movement. But today, they're trying to separate everything. Yay! These stars they score touchdowns, they looking up to the sky, they praying, you get a flag, you get a fine, and I mean like $500,000, like it's a serious offense. So that's the way that religion was affected, or it changed from generation to generation. And last but not least, most important to me, is race. So when my ancestors grew up, or when they was growing up, while I was growing up, everything was segregated. Black wasn't with white, dark wasn't with light, like everything was separated. I guess for people fear of what would happen if people were to get together or bond, or it might change something. A lot of people was afraid to see what would happen if a lot of people or the right people bonded together. So that was a negative outlook. But a lot of people like Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, a lot of different people went and fought for segregation to end. And now today you go to school, you got black people with white people, girls with boys. It's okay in some areas. Some places are still segregated, but in most areas, it's a big change. So in my speech today, I told you how the generation was affected, how things was affected from generation to generation, how right and wrong changed from the past and the present. What's important to me, or the message that I'll leave you with, is this. What's right and wrong is real important. If not for us, but for the kids. If we don't teach each other what it means to be right or what it means to be wrong, then we can never really understand the full effect of the consequences, or we'll be affected negatively and not really know what's going on. So, and my advice to everybody, each one reach one, teach one. Thank you. I appreciate my sports, buddy. I appreciate my sports, buddy.
Get $50, huh? I want my money to get $50.